and gentlemen, how are you all doing? We've got a special match for you today. It's going to be the very first match of the Gauntlet playoffs. Here we go. We got round two. We couldn't catch any round one matches, but for round two, we've got Insane versus Ascension. I'm Jaggy, and I'm joined by Jzck.
Hello everyone, hope you all having a good day and ready for a good match of Mario Kart Wii.
Very. Yes, indeed. This is a round two match. So the playoff format goes, the lower division teams will have to play more matches to climb up the ladder to get to the very end, while the higher teams will wait a few rounds. They'll start off in rounds 3, 4, and 5 respectively, depending on if you're D3, D2, D1, and whatnot. And in this particular matchup, Insane got to have the first pick. And Shot Clock Cheese got a bye into the third round, actually, because Shot Clock Cheese got first in Division 5. So then the rest of the Division 5 teams got to pick teams from the division below them, Division 6. Among a few of them, yeah. And I know a few Division 6 players got to pick some Division 7 opponents. So Insane chose from a few other teams. They chose Ascension. And if we're looking at the divisions, Insane finished 4-1. They lost to Shot Clock Cheese, and that gave Shot Clock Cheese the bye to the next round, while Ascension actually went 0-4, and that's a bit underwhelming for them, considering they're not the best team in the world, but for that division, they could have there were a few matches that could have been won there, notably with maybe against Team Shark and Team NSC, but they were not able to defeat those teams. And then the other two teams in that div, Galvanize and Megavolt, are pretty strong for those divisions. But yeah, what do you think about this match, Jzck?
Definitely think it's going to favor Insane. They definitely have a really strong lineup. I think the only reason they lost to Shot Clock Cheese, if I'm not mistaken, in like the split was they were missing KA for like the first couple GPs, like the first GP or second GP, which is like arguably their strongest runner. So they were missing like a lot of running presence. I'm pretty sure Yoster scored like 140 points that war because he just like stayed in the front and just ran the entire time.
Yeah,
so...
KA is absolutely vital for Insane if they want some success going into the future here. And yeah, KA has a lot of experience with mid to low divs, and he scores a ton of points in whenever he plays in those divs. Whenever he plays against opponents that are slightly lower than him in skill level, he absolutely relishes in it. I know some players, whenever they play against players among their skill level or players in lower skill levels, typically what bites them the most is their lack of consistency. KA, though, very consistent player, doesn't make too many mistakes, and whenever he's up in the front in a division like this, or it's Division 5 versus Division 6 essentially, but with this skill level, KA most likely is going to relish in it. And I'm actually going to skip forward a little bit with the MVP pick here. I've got KA. But yeah, as for Insane overall, they're throwing out, I believe, their best lineup here. KA, Kiralte, Mirimeg, Revised, Dino. I can't think off the top of my head who they're missing out on here. Maybe is Gomez playing for Insane actually?
Yeah, I think he's on the roster. I don't think he played really at all this split though. I don't remember seeing him in many lineups. And they also have Scythe, aka Ryan Ohio. I don't know like if he's one of their top choices. I know he's played a couple of times for them this split. But I think overall it's just definitely their strongest lineup running wise.
Yeah. I'd say Kiralte would have to be prioritized over Scythe though. Because Kiralte has it, obviously the leader of IS, and he's a very good player to have on your team. I've had experience playing with IS. I was with them for a bit. Kiralte, he is team first always. He will make sure that he will prioritize the team. If he has the right items in the middle of the pack, he's rather annoying to play against. He will always focus on schlagging first and foremost to make up for his lack of running presence. But I mean, Kiralte has the running presence around him. KA, Revised, and Mirimeg too, who's been on the come up over the past like 7-8 months or so. Used to be IS's main bagger, but he kind of rotates in and out of the bagging whenever needed. But Dino has been the main bagger this season. It was a recent addition, but Dino has been bagging week in and week out, allowing Mirimeg to run. And Mirimeg has improved a lot in the running over this past year, and he is a very strong runner for them.
Like Speaking of like Revise is also a very, very strong runner, like very fast, has like really good lines. That's like just overall looking at this IS lineup, very run heavy with like Corrupted complements them well with, like you said, definitely a team player who's gonna probably stay in the mid pack and help Revise and KA and Miri get those runs.
Indeed. Yeah, I think overall this roster is just very balanced. You have people that can play any role in this particular lineup, and a lot of runners to back them up. Yeah. And then Dino as a bagger, I know he's been bagging for, I'd say, I could be wrong on this, but around a year, maybe a little over a year. Mainly in lower divs though, and I think he's going to be able to do pretty well against it's going to be Sprixie for Ascension if we switch over to Ascension actually. Sprixie the bagger, of course, and then we have Jesse, Philip, Stubbs, Jzck, Jzck 627. Is that?
No, that is Jzck 627 is for Team Manganese. I think it's Jzck New York.
Jzck New York. Okay, yeah. There's 3 Zacks in the community. There's Jzck 627, Jzck New York, who's playing for Ascension, and then there is Jzck. What's his face? Canadian Jzck King.
Ruff.
Jzck Ruff, yeah. So a lot of Zacks in the community. It can be a little confusing. This is Jzck New York. As for this running lineup in particular, it's very important that they're going to have Stubbs and Philip here because overall, I feel like they're lacking a little bit in overall running power compared to IS.
Yeah.
Stubbs has been a very well improved player as of late. He used to main CTs. I know even before that, though, even before he even got into CTs, he was 0 MMR and Lounge, I believe. So he's been on the come up slowly but surely over time, and Stubbs is a decent runner nowadays. And Philip, he hasn't had too much exposure. Not many people know about Philip, but Philip is a decent runner in his own right as well, but they're going to have to depend on Stubbs and Philip to be up there most, if not all, the races, because other than that, I feel like they're lacking a little bit. And Jesse, he's not a terrible player. He's been dropping, I think, maybe 80s or so consistently throughout the split. But I don't think they've been using Jesse every lineup. I think he's like the 4th runner, the 5th runner. Sometimes they slide in Sawyer. No, Sawyer was week 1 player only. But yeah, they're also missing out on Alpha Kid Connor, Alpha KC, and that might be one of the players that they would have liked to have over someone like Jzck. So Jesse is going to have to be a player to look at today. He needs to make sure that he keeps his top spots as much as possible because you can see any of IS up there at any given moment.
For sure.
We'll see what happens. I'm not sure about Sprixie either. I don't know too much about him in the bagging department. So,
yeah,
a bit of question marks going into this match.
Yeah, I think Dino and Sprixie are both like kind of inexperienced. Like I don't really know how consistent they are like with strats and their like overall experience.
Dino is a decent bagger though. It's just he's played a lot in low divs, so he hasn't had too much exposure to bagging battles against other top baggers. But against someone like Sprixie, I think he should have the edge.
Yeah, I think Dino bagged for like T7 or something. So he definitely like has some sort of experience, but like you said, against like top baggers, I'm not sure. But like you said, Sprixie not as experienced. So IS might have the advantage here running wise and bagging wise.
I think for Ascension here, the only way they can win is if they have Phillips and Stubbs stay up there pretty much every race. They have good performance from Jesse. They'll have... I don't like to have set roles for players, but Jzck, I feel like he really needs to enhance that schlagging role today. It must be done. Just try to target the likes of KA. Try to target the likes of Revise as much as you possibly can if they're in the middle of the pack. Just try to prevent them from getting up there as much as possible. And that goes for the whole team in general as well. But yeah, I still have to give it to IS here. I'm going to say IS win by 68.
I think probably gonna be IS but around like 110 or like 100. I think it's gonna be a lot more than that actually.
All right.
I think for MVP, You said KA, so I'll change it up. I think Revise will MVP with like 130.
KA
like-
Revise, yeah, 2 solid
Yeah.
picks.
So I know like KA and like his matches. I know like last week against who did they play last week? Was it Ape? I'm
Are
not
you talking
100%
about,
sure.
are you talking about Insane?
Yeah, whoever they played last week, KA scored like
Yeah.
137 or something. Oh, it was
Manganese.
Manganese, yeah. So against Manganese, he scored like 137. Because the Ape match, that guy on Knights of Destiny scored like 160, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
it seems
crazy.
like each of the teams in D5 have one like really strong carry. For EXE,
Yeah.
you have of course Alan.
Yeah, but I want to see Alan dropping 161 in the division.
Yeah,
That's kind of insane.
he dropped a 60 against Ape, I believe, in one of the matches that we casted. I said
Yeah,
in the cast, I was like, for the stream, for the fans, I should have said take a bow, son, but I didn't.
yeah. There's definitely been some like pretty standout performances. Like I'm pretty sure like the MVP in that div has like a 42 average, so a lot of big scores throughout the split.
We may see a few teams on the come up. Knights of Destiny, one of them. Let's see if Ascension can shake off that 0-4 start in their respective division and maybe pull out an upset here versus Insane. So here we go.
Yes.
Insane versus Ascension. First match that we are casting right now. Round 2 match in the Gauntlet. And I think IS are hosting just based on the fact that they're higher seed. Yes.
Yeah, KA is hosting. So I assume we're probably gonna be seeing something along the lines of Maple Treeway or DDR, one of those tracks coming out for IS. We see Mushroom Gorge coming out for AC, one of those typical reset RNG tracks, and it looks like IS are opting for KC, which is interesting. That's more of a well-known 2-4-6 track, but they're opting forward to 1-3. I mean, it's pretty much good for like any mixed spots, so it could definitely work out for them.
I feel like over time, for IS, one of their track picks that they really haven't favored too much is Maple Treeway.
Mm-hmm.
And we've seen Maple Treeway being picked a lot. Obviously, it's the standard 1-3-5 track pick, but I don't think Insane are very. They don't like that very much. They're just gonna opt to go for KC. But Mushroom Gorge comes out here. Anything can happen. Basically, whoever pulls the shrooms here are gonna be running away with it. Jesse getting I believe a second place box, getting up the draft into first. We'll see if he can be able to maintain his position.
Yeah, I know AC, as mentioned, definitely favor this track a lot. I know they like
coming out right away from Jesse. Revised drafting up though. I wonder if he's going to be able to maintain his track positioning here. He does stay on the track, luckily.
Yeah, you see Subs pull a TC. Continues to be able to pass it off. It doesn't look like there's going to be any IS members around him, so he's just going to have to run it out.
Unlucky TC in third there for Stubbs.
Yeah.
We see Mary Meg coming up, taking the gap, but he's all the way in 8th still. But he's going to be able to get a 7th place box, actually, and he does pull a Mega, so we'll see what he does going forward.
Yeah, looking like a 2-3-4 right now for Ascension, with, I think, Revise holding down first for IS. Bagging wise, one bagger is going forward, one bagger is still doing the strats, falling off. We see Dino presumably in last, but Sprixie is running away.
And
maybe showing that he has a lot.
We see someone taking gap in second along with Revise in first, and we actually saw Mirmeg using his Mega a little prematurely there. Could be a sign that the other team has the shock. Do you know the shock status here?
I want to say Sprixie has it because he was going forward at 9th. Didn't look like he was shrooming. I also want to say that there are some AC members up there, I'm pretty sure.
And we see Philip actually trying to pass a TC off. A little unlucky that AC have been getting the lion's share of the TC so far, but still 2-3 for AC. If we see a shockless race here, though, I think we may see IS in 4-5 taking gap behind Stubbs.
Yeah. Ooh, the shock. Ooh. Yeah, that's gonna prevent them from taking gaps.
Right. Shock running Jesse, though. So that was a little unfortunate. Bill comes up. I would assume that was from an
It was Mary Meg.
Oh, Mary Meg. Okay.
Yeah. Still a 2-3 for AC. I think it's gonna be a pretty mixed spot race. It's hard to tell who shock that was because it kind of benefited both teams. You said Jesse did get shock rated, but it also prevented Karalte and KA from taking gap.
Yeah, we just see Mary Meg coming up in a Bill too. Was that a chain or was that a dodge?
I'm not sure.
It was a dodge. It was a dodge.
Okay. 2-3-6-7 for AC. I think that's probably like +3 or +5. They got 9th. We'll see the score update in a bit, but AC starting off well, getting their winning race. Oh, it's actually losing by 1. Okay, I thought that's 2, 3, 6, 7's winning, but
Okay.
IS are winning up by 1, but not that bad for AC.
Yeah, not too bad considering the circumstances for AC there. I know a few of them pulled TCs, but I think they were able to take gap throughout and maintain some of those top spots. IS, of course, wanting to take that gap lap 3, but not able to take it there. So AC got the favorable amount of shrooms, so that the luck was even. TCs favored IS, and even race. We'll see what happens going into this next race. RBC coming out from IS. That is an IS staple track pick. And can confirm that was an AC shock, actually. So, yeah, that shock was to prevent IS from taking gap in 4-5. But, of course, Miri Meg was able to predict that.
Yeah, I think it's worth it because I think they get like 1, 3, 4 there if they don't shock. So
Yeah, it could have been, it could have easily been a 1-3-4, maybe even a top 3 if none of AC took the gap there. So, yeah, RBC coming out here. IS have the favorable spots. First can just keep their line, and fourth can draft first here. We'll see.
yeah, we also see Zach getting really bumped right away by Revise. So
Yeah, I
good
think
play
he was
by
trying
him.
to swerve, but he ended up getting really bumped himself. You got to be careful there when you swerve. You have to make sure you don't get really bumped yourself.
Uh-huh. So K is streaming up. K is streaming up into first. So it's going to be a top 2 here.
Ooh.
So they're going to start backing right away.
Wide Nana there
Um,
from Revise.
Yeah, this is a very dangerous top 2 right now for IS with Revise and K both holding on top 2. I think another AC member
Oh.
gets back there as
On
well.
Meg screen, we saw Jzck sniping Meg, and he had 2 shrooms in third. So he wanted to get up to those top spots. And then, yeah, that snipe allows for Meg actually to get starred right after. So good work from Jzck. We see AC holding down 4-5 now. It's still going to be top 3, though, for IS. So Zach's going to have to get another one of these magical
Oh,
snipes off. Oh, here we go.
Golden
Golden.
fifth, though. It's a pretty
Yeah.
good pull. He's probably going to be at least able to get into second here. Maybe even first. I don't... No, he's not going to get
He's
into
gonna
first.
he's gonna be able to get first, I believe, if he maintains a good line. Opts not to wheelie though to get that extra boost.
Ooh, read it immediately, though. So IS are going to be gone in top 2 here. Blue comes out on Revise, though, so it's a good start. If you switch over to Meg, we see Meg holding onto a Mega. Shock status, one is... Okay, I think one just fell off with Bill in 9th. That is, I think Dino is in 10th. This is definitely looking good for IS. They're probably going to get shocked here.
And Revise has been mixing it up so far this particular race. He's been throwing out a few wide back spams, a few tight back spams, keeping AC guessing.
Yeah, we see Philip using a star, trying to schlag this Mega out of Meg. K is holding down first. Nice fib coming out. I'm going to assume that's a revised fib. I mean, a K fib.
Let's switch over. Yeah, let's switch over to Stubbs real quick. Has triple greens in third, but not really going to do much with this. We saw Meg chain his Mega into an 8th place box, but it didn't end up being triple shrooms.
Yeah, we see Revise streaming up into second, it looks like. So IS, Revise and K back into top 2. Zach and Stubbs trailing pretty close behind. A blue or like a target palette could change this whole race up. We'll see what Stubbs pulls here. It's a Mega. That's a really good pull for him. And since Meg chained that Mega, they might have shock here and they might
IS
chain
having
it.
the shock though. Okay, I was gonna say, what would you do with this? But Pal forced him out anyway. I'm gonna opt. I was gonna say, should he schlag here? No, I think.
No,
He should just
I don't think you
run.
need just
Yeah.
keep second. I'd throw this red in desperation because if IS uses this, yeah, if IS
It
uses
could
a
be a
shock,
shocker
that'll probably hit
maybe.
K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that might hit him. No,
No.
think that was an IS shock because they're getting revised and Meg into boxes.
Yeah. Nobody dodged though. It's gonna be a 1-3 for IS, 2-4 for AC.
Yeah, I think IS were holding blue as well. So it looks like another pretty mixed race. Probably gonna favor IS by a couple points. Good job to Revise and K staying in the front. Like I said, dangerous top 2 running presence for IS and just maintain their top spots throughout the race, even with the blue.
Yeah, it could have been better for IS considering they were top 3. I know there was a blue coming out in the middle of lap 2. Yeah, Stubbs getting that 5th place golden. Even though he did get sniped out, I mean, it was still necessary to get up to the front. He was able to pull shrooms, I believe, and get back up there anyway. And yeah, another even race. This is what you want if you're AC. Just keep it close. Just keep it a nail biter. And I'm interested to see what IS are going to pick here, though, considering they are 1-3 and 5th, I believe, right?
1367.
136. Okay.
So I think DDR or GV is a good pick here. Maybe not GV. Maybe you want more bottom spots for that. But I think DDR is really good. It depends also what K is comfortable running with. Because they could maybe be like a really running heavy track that K is very proficient at, and he can just get a lead out really fast.
Yoshi Falls.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to remember what K likes. Oh, they offer KC, which also works for them considering they have 6-7, which are like prime triple shroom spot for them. So we see KC coming out from IS. Interested to see what happens at the beginning. The beginning usually determines a lot what happens in the race, depending on who gets golden shrooms, etc. So we're gonna start with Stubbs here. If first or second gonna pull a green, might be able to do Shroomba.
Stubbs is in an interesting spot here. And if I were Revise, I would get that box on the left. A little bit of a laggy bump there. So I think IS are able to get those top 2 boxes regardless.
Yeah, Stubbs pulls triple shroom, which is basically the perfect pull. Gonna be able to take that triple shroom cut, possibly get into first, unless someone else pulled triple shroom. It looks like no one's taking cut though, so he should shroom up into first.
It was Mirrormag right behind him. And yeah, Mirrormag chained into triple shrooms too, so it's gonna be pretty much him and Stubbs up here as well as Revise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just Mirrormag's in the perfect position right now because he can take this cut and then still have a shroom in first for the blue.
First for Mirrormag if we switch over to him real fast.
Ooh, and they drop a star for Mirrormag as well, so now he doesn't. I don't think he has to burn a shroom for the cut here, so he's able to take cut shroomless because he had the star. And he'll be able to use another shroom up here to take the cut and still be able to dodge the blue. So Mirrormag's sitting pretty right now.
Yeah, Stubbs was able to keep his shroom too. I'm not sure whose pal that was, but it got Stubbs in the air. And Stubbs has 1 shroom.
Yeah, you pulled a shroom in second there, actually. I think.
Oh, okay, okay. It was okay. So he got powed before the boxes then.
Yeah. Okay. So Stubbs shrooms up in the cut, but Mirrormag's still holding down first. Still's opting to hold both shrooms. Stubbs pulls another shroom in second, which you can't see on your screen, but
and Stubbs, I think, recognizes that Mirrormag has the shrooms there, so he was trying to maybe cycle for red, but then gets redded out anyway after he pulled the shroom. A little unlucky there, but we're gonna see IS start to run away with this.
Yeah, we don't see any star drops coming in. We do see a blue coming in, and Mirrormag's gonna be able to dodge it.
He has 1 last shroom yet to dodge that with. Interesting snipe attempt. Almost connects, but it was a little... KO was a little too far away for that to connect, but it was a good attempt. Maybe he can throw one on the grass here. Maybe he can side snipe K. Or maybe throw one in the... I was going to say throw one in the pipe section, because it's just going to loop around all the way.
Yeah, you can see on your screen, but Stubbs has had triple greens trying to snipe out K and Mirrormag. K.
Mirrormag slows down, allowing KA to get up into first, assuming that in case a blue comes in, KA could dodge. I think he has a shroom right now. Pow comes in.
That's gonna kill KA, actually, yeah. Someone's dodged up in a bill. We'll get to see who this is. It's Revise dodging up in a bill, but good pow if that was an AC pow, because that killed KA and got Stubbs first.
Yeah, killed KA, got Stubbs in the air with the shroom there. That was a good pal there for coming in for AC. Damage control despite the IS shot coming in.
Yeah, I think it's the 2-3-4 for IS. So, yeah, good job to Stubbs holding on, staying up there with IS top 2 and managing to get a first out of it.
Yeah, I was mentioning that he could have thrown the green in the pipe section. Before that, I was like, oh, he can throw the green in the grass section. But of course, that wouldn't have been the play. He opted to throw his green right before the pipe section. I think he was trying to aim for the pipe, but then the green, I think, just missed out. But he was still able to get that first with that well-coordinated target pal. And yeah, Ascension keeping it very close here. I think it's going to be like a 17 or 19-point deficit for AC going into this race. 13.
It's actually 13. Yeah, so definitely doable. Definitely a lot better than I thought it would be, because I predicted like a 110-point win for IS. AC definitely keeping it closer. Stubbs doing a really good job just keeping up in the front and like contesting those top spots. That's exactly what I said they needed to do to have any chance winning this match. I think if I'm AC here, I'm definitely thinking about picking GV. Like, I think you have like 1567 or 1568 perfect spots for GV. If you're IS, what would you go for?
You know, GV wouldn't be too bad for IS either. I think for spots, definitely favors AC in terms of the spots going into GV. But Insane, if you're talking about strats like rock hop and whatnot, then you have to say that IS are going to be favorable going into tracks like that. Because I know K and Revise are both very consistent at the rock hop.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just it's preference here, I feel like, because the spots are relatively mixed.
I don't
Sherbet Land is going to
like
come out
this
here.
pick. I don't like this pick for AC because Sherbetland is notably not beneficial for first. So
Yeah,
IS are
second will
definitely
be
gonna
able
have an
to take
advantage here.
second we'll be able to take a better line. But Stubbs is able to maintain his first here. I'm interested to see what he's going to pull here and what he's going to do with it. Okay.
Yeah, triple nanas, that's a good pull. We see Jzck also coming up into second, so it's early top 2 for AC, so the traffic is working out for them right now. Yeah, shock is very important on this track. So it'd be interesting to see the baggy battle and see who's gonna pull out the shock.
And I believe Jesse was able to get a 7th or 6th place box. He pulled a golden, and golden's up to 5th now. So I believe in terms of spots, it's going to be a 2, 3, 4 for IS and 5th now. Now that Jesse came up, is going to contest the spots a little bit.
I'm pretty sure Zach's in second, so AC
Ooh.
have a top 2 actually.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think Jzck goldened up or triple shroomed up at the very beginning. So Stubbs and Jzck have been holding on this top 2.
We saw Mirmeg on his screen. You guys didn't see it, but he was able to bomb snipe Jesse at a 5th, and then he gets bombed out anyway by Philip. So even trade-off there in the middle of the pack. We are going to see AC in 5, 6 as well. So decent spots for AC right now. A Mega in 7th for Mary Megan. I don't think KA is holding anything yet. Yeah, he is trimming up. So the stars are aligning for AC so far to get the
nice
to get a good race.
Yeah, Sprixie is in 10th as well.
Another bomb from Philip coming into Karalte there. So bottom 3 now for IS. If we switch over actually to Mirmeg, oh, shot comes in. He dodges up into Mega anyway.
And
chains a Mega.
That's yeah, it's a pretty good chain there. Gonna need to do a little more though to contest the spots, which they do. They pull the blue as well. I think that's a shock in 9th, if I'm not mistaken, for Dino. Mega chain into a Mega, and then yeah, Stubbs is just dead.
Stubbs got bumped off after somebody came up with a TC. I think he was able to catch up to Stubbs and bump him off on the U-turn section there. So it's gonna be still first though, occupied by Jzck. Meg has that Shroom in second. Interesting to see how well he's gonna be able to contest. Maybe Shroom into a box and maybe get a snipe off in the end. Jzck goes wide. I'm not sure if that's the good decision.
Maybe they have a blue or something.
Maybe. No, I just think he was trying to get a box to protect himself with. But if you're Jzck there, I just keep your tight line. He had a little bit of separation from Mary Meg. He could have maybe broken the red on the last turn, but he was trying to get that box. I don't think he predicted that Mary Meg even had a Shroom to pass anyway. So first being occupied there for IS.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Stubbs. Like, Stubbs and Jzck ran that like really well into lap 3, but they got shocked, blued, and then Stubbs got past a TC and bumped off. So he literally went from 1st to 8th immediately, which is really unfortunate. So I'm pretty sure that shock was also pulled in 9th from Dino.
Yeah, and even if you went wide to have protection there, even if second had a red instead of a Shroom, it could have been iffy considering that a side red could have easily have been the case there. If you throw a red when you're neck and neck with somebody, that red could easily come in from the side and sideswipe you. So I just feel like the overall play would have just been to keep your line there.
Yeah, so IS is going to be up 26 points going into GP2. Ascension doing a good job. Like, they ran that race really well. You know, it's unfortunate that IS pulled all like the perfect items.
Oh, okay. I have word here from Philip. There was a ground star actually, but he missed the ground star altogether.
That's unfortunate.
Okay. Thank you for that piece of information. I was wondering why he went wide there because, at first, yeah.
Oh, that's why Jzck went wide. Oh, okay.
Yes, and he went really wide too. Like,
yeah,
that's why
I was gonna say if you're hitting a box, like get the tight one, but he went like all the way out there. It's like, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. Because do you still get first there even if he shrooms up? Like, I don't know if you still get first since he took it. Since
he would have been. I think he would have been slightly ahead, considering that he did pull away from Jzck quite a bit after using that shroom. So he would have been ahead of Jzck regardless of having the shroom or not.
But it's also the safe play, just in case Mary Meg did have a red. So looking back on it now, it's definitely a smarter play. So gonna see what AC's opt for. They opt for Delfino Square, while IS opt for Coconut Mall. I know KA is definitely really good at Coconut Mall. I'm sure. Actually, I think Revise also has a really good time on this track too. So two very well-suited runners for that track.
Delfino Square is the track pick though. Caster's Curse is real. So we'll see what happens here. In terms of the bagging, I mean, it's 50-50, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the bagging edge is going to mean that much of a difference here. So whoever, I'll pay attention to that at around 30 seconds and see who falls off and whatnot. But yeah, one of the baggers bound to pull a bill, even if it's in 9th. So we'll see. One of the baggers will most likely get the edge very early on after 35 seconds.
Yeah, this track is definitely a very confusing track to bag because there's a lot of different strategies that you can
Looks
use.
like Stubbs and Mary Meg both bumped each other there, so even trade-off. Philip dragging a Nana and first switching over to Mary Meg real fast. Going wide on these turns, being safe, but Philip, okay, very good work.
Yeah, looks like Carlton's gonna be taking double in like 2nd place, so he's definitely gonna break ahead in 1st early.
Oh, okay. Sideswipe star there coming in onto Mary Meg. Let's switch back over to Stubbs. See if he can get a snipe maybe onto KA after this turn. Maybe throw one green towards the left and then one towards the right. Keep KA guessing a little bit.
Yeah, I think AC are in like they're like spaced out in like really good spots right now because they're bottom 2s. They're able to get those like triple shrooms and stars, but they're also like up there and like they were up there in like 2-4.
Yeah,
I think Karalte dodged the blue.
We saw Stubbs just throwing both of those greens in the same line. I think it would have been nice to just throw one green in KA's line and then throw a green to the right of KA so that when KA hops to the side, he could be green from the 2nd one potentially. But now we're going to see Jesse coming up, but also Mary Meg in the double. So it's going to be a top 2-4 for IS here, holding blue as well as Mary Meg. So this is a precarious position now for AC.
Yeah, Dino is still going backwards though, so I'm not sure who has shocks. Brixie's just sitting at boxes there.
And Stubbs throwing that bomb forward, but Mary Meg actually got the draft, so the bomb just kind of went behind both players there, and Mary Meg is running away now in 3rd. TC for Stubbs here in 5th. Very, very bad situation now for AC. Yeah, if I were Stubbs, I'd just go back here, maybe get a box.
Switching over to Mary Meg, it looks like a pretty safe top 3 for IS. You shroomed up there. Looks like an AC member. Jesse shroomed up into 2nd.
Jesse all the way to 2nd now. This is a good
salvage.
salvage.
Looks like KA got TS there in like the ramp crevice. So I'm not sure who got 4th there, but it looks like still a pretty favorable race. I think AC got bottom 2.
Yeah, Stubbs got TS going for double, but in that case, Stubbs was not going to get much out of it. If anything, he was going to pass his teammates in the bottom spots. So much needed shock there, dodging Jesse in the cut and securing.
I don't think Jesse dodged. I think Revise dodged.
Oh well, Jesse got all the way up to 2nd though.
Yeah, Jesse took. Yeah, Jesse took double in like 5th.
Got you. Okay.
Revise dodged up and got 4th. I'm pretty sure. So 1-3-4-5 for IS, a really solid race for them. Considering they also had shock and blue, so usually to get those 2 items, especially on a truck like Delfino, you're probably going to win the race by a pretty sizable amount. Which they do. They win the race by it looks like 20 points. Oh, 17 points.
Yep. Yeah, IS slowly chipping away here. At first, I thought IS was going to come out from the gun right away and establish that lead early on. But they've been getting these little winning races. I mean, that's still what you want. It's not anything dominant, like super dominant, but IS just showing that they're better, consistently winning each race. Let's see if they're going to be able to put the nail on the coffin here if it does pick TF.
Yeah, that'll be a really good track pick for them, which it does pick them. Definitely a running heavy track. Jesse's got to stay up there and maintain his top spot and contest those IS members all around him. AC are going to be in a favorable position to get the bill though, because I don't see Revise dropping out of 4th to get the Bill. So if I were Dino, I just wouldn't go forward here. I'd just stay in 10 so they can't get Bill. Dino
Yeah,
does
Dino
go
opted to go
forward.
yes.
That's an interesting decision because that's basically giving AC the Bill because I'm pretty sure Jesse or Zach
Yeah,
stop there.
Stubbs got the golden instead, though. He's going to try to break the top spots as best as he can. Philip ends up grinding his way up there. He is right behind Revise now. Revise in second still could be a top 2, I believe, for
Yeah, top 2.
Insane. Yep.
Looks like they backed their teammate there. Showing to Miri Meg. You see Miri Meg making Terminus with, yeah, Phillips the lone wolf up there right now for AC.
Yeah, Stubbs
IS holding
making
down
it
top
in
2-4. Yeah, I think Jesse might be holding the Bill.
Not sure what happened to Revise there.
Might have just like maybe clipped the stomper or something. But
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to get the fast stomper, but clipped it. Mary Meg streaming up into second. That's the exact pull that you need. If I were Mary Meg, I wouldn't schlag necessarily, but I'd go a little slow with this.
Ooh, probably, yeah, hits that fib in first from last lap. You got to make sure to call those out.
Yeah, and then Stubbs ends up running him out anyway. That fib was a little wide though after the conveyor section, so I think he might have gotten like a drift lock, and he went right into that.
You see, so IS are first. I think they're 1-4 right now.
Not too bad still for IS. I think Dino, actually, I'm sorry, it's AC running away with the shock, I believe.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting to see when they're going to use this. I think one of the AC members has the Bill. A blue comes out on Mirror.
I would have waited a little longer to throw that if you're AC.
Yeah, I got him right on the ramp. Oh, another blue. I would use shock now so that hits him on the ramp. Well, if they had shock, I would use it there because that probably would have gotten him on the line. Is it a 2-3-4?
Yes.
Yeah, good race. And then good job to Philip and yeah, basically only Philip because he was the one that was up there the whole time, just maintaining those top spots and not getting killed. So yeah, if AC had shock there, I definitely would have used it there though to shock Miriam because that blue definitely would have hit, and they probably could have gotten like a top 3 or top 2 out of that.
Yeah. I was wondering if that blue was used early because there was going to be a shock coming in, but that wasn't the case. Yeah, if you're AC there, just throw that blue a little later. But yeah, 2-3-4 for AC, finally getting a winning race under their belt. I know the first few races were slight winning races, like +1, +3 for IS, but now AC have put themselves on the board. Let's see if they can keep up the momentum here.
IS up 36 going into race 7.
Revised DC, yeah.
So resetting.
See, I'm trying to remember what the shock count has been so far.
Okay, so on MG it was an AC shock.
MGAC.
Okay, the race after that was it RBC?
RBC, yeah.
I think that was Dino. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Then it was Casey. That was Dino. Got it. RSL. Dino got it. DSCS. Dino.
Oh yeah,
got
that was a shock that we weren't sure about because at first I thought it was Jesse dodging up, but no, it was Revise and a Bill, I believe.
Yeah, so I think the shock count's actually like 4-1 or like
4-2 because I think 4-1, but Sprixie had the shock and tee up, but they opted to hold it.
Okay, yeah. So in terms of shock like usage, it's 4-1 for Dino. So as you predicted, Dino showing his bagger superiority, getting more shocks and helping his team get off to a pretty sizable lead around halfway through the match.
Yeah, it's been pretty much almost every race for IS that they have shocked, though. It's just been one person dodging. So if you're IS here, I'm not going to go as far as to say just hard bag, but maybe just try to hold your dodges if you have them early on, if it's a track where you can't really catch up too far, if there are not too many shortcuts. Because Dino, as I said before, has the advantage in the bagging edge. And I feel like in this case, you can trust your bagger to get the shocks here and maybe secure better races. But I mean, for the most part, it's been IS running up there as well and like mid spots and whatnot. But in the beginning, we've seen Meg using his megas early whenever he gets them to try to get back up to the front. So yeah, like you mentioned before, IS are very run heavy, and they want to make sure that they get up there as much as possible because they do have the edge over Ascension here. But I'd say every now and again, just hold your dodges. If it is a mega, just hold your mega until lap 3, considering that Dino has the edge in the bagging.
Yeah. Yeah. Miramax definitely pulled a lot of megas. It seems like I don't know. Miramax gotten a lot of good items, and I've seen a bunch of builds in 8th from IS too. So definitely getting the items they need. So that's why you definitely gotta give props to AC because with like all the cards against them, they still managed to like keep the war pretty close and do a pretty good job.
Going into the latter half of this war, IS are up by 36. And so far, AC have been keeping it close. IS have gotten these little chip races, but now it'll be interesting to see if they can put this away or if AC will keep it close and maybe get a good race of their own eventually. So we are going to see BC3 coming out here. This was an IS pick. Interesting that they're picking this when they're 135. They really don't want to pick that Maple Treeway. They're not too confident in it, I don't think. But
Yeah.
as long as they can make the cut here, I think they're fairly confident in this track in particular as well. They picked this a lot when I used to play for them, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I was gonna say Kart was on Daisy, so that's why they might have picked it for him.
He's
But
now.
yeah, so I guess they just like the track in general, not just for the ultra cut on Daisy.
But
nevertheless,
Rolte out right away now, so it's going to be a top 2 for AC. Meg with triple shrooms in 5th. Cut is going to be blocked. Revise unblocks it. Very smart. Oof. Meg misses it though on his screen.
Yeah, Meg missed the cut, so
he got bumped off the cut though. It wasn't. Yeah, he got bumped.
Yeah. So still a top 2 coming in from AC with Kart in 3rd. I like to see Kart shrooms up actually.
Get to run it out right away though.
Yeah.
Let's switch over to Meg here. He's holding a star in 8th currently. Opts to chain it. He has been chaining his dodges a lot so far this war, but chains into another star here, so it's going to be pretty good. Maybe he's going to go for Shroomless here. I'm not sure if he's consistent with it, but I'd like to see it because AC are starting to break away here. AC are going to block the cut most likely. Pow comes in. Stubbs actually dodges the Pow very, very smartly there, stopping before the ramp. And he's going to be able to block the cut here. Revise, though, no, actually doesn't block it at all. Fails to block it. Revise would have unblocked it anyway, but let's see who comes up. Jesse takes the cut into 1st. KA takes it into 3rd.
And Kart also takes it, so I think you switched over to Stubbs actually. You'll be able to see the spots behind him.
Yeah, it's going to be still a top 2 because Jesse took it into 2nd.
Yeah, it looks like KA and Kart are behind their top 2. So definitely looking like a favorable race. If I were Stubbs, I would chain and try to get a fib or something, because fibs are like you have to risk a lot more to unblock it. So basically pull off.
Raymond chaining his shrooms. I think he's trying to cycle for a blue, but I don't know. I'd like. Okay, I was gonna say shock comes in there. Maybe it's a sign that they have the shock. Merrimack burning his shrooms there. Can you confirm whose shock that was? I think it had to have been IS. Yeah.
Yeah, they got revised and Merrimack into boxes. I mean, if I were them, I probably would have used it a little later.
But
cut
in 1st. Oh,
yeah,
top 2 now.
revised. Go take it. So I guess the shock did work out for them. Like this, Zoom revised did pull shrooms, and he also has a mega. Gonna slag them. Somehow avoids that. Pretty good avoidance there from Stubbs actually.
How ends up killing one of AC? I believe that was Jesse getting killed there. So it's going to be a top 2 for IS. That shot completely changing the tides.
Yeah, they really turned that race around, considering AC were like top 2 the whole race, and then the shock just changed it completely and got a really good winning race for IS, so proving it again that shock has been the deciding factor in most of these races. Like we saw the same thing on Sherbertland where Jzck and Stubbs ran in top 2 for the majority of the race, and then they got a shock lap 3 and just changed things.
Sprixie that was winning out in the bagging battle initially, but then Dino was able to overtake 1 minute in, and I think that's when he ended up pulling the shock.
Gotcha. So top 246 for IS is around what, like 17-ish. So definitely
Yeah.
a good winning race for them. Gonna be up around 40 points now. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, 53.
Yeah, Sprixie got starred while he was going backward in lap 1, going back in the pack, and Dino was able to overtake with Sherms. So yeah, a little unlucky that Sprixie wasn't able to pull it in the beginning there, but yeah, if you're Sprixie there, you got to be careful around the pack because you could easily get starred. I don't think anybody weaved their way around to try to star him there. So yeah, that shock was just absolutely killer. Let's see what IS are going to come out with now.
Yeah, both top 2-4 tracks are gone. So they might offer something that K and Revise like in top 2. If Revise gets first, I like to see them pick Stadium. 'Cause Revise is like really good at Stadium. He has a really good time in there, so maybe they'll pick that.
You have to go for Moonview though. Bit of a dire situation for AC, and there have been a couple of races where AC were seemingly going to win the race, and then Shock all of a sudden just completely changes the tides. That the Shock in RSL, for example, you mentioned earlier that was a Shock in ninth for Dino. Do you know for sure if it was?
I'm pretty confident from what I saw in the bagging, from what I remember watching from bagging POVs.
Okay.
Well, not the POV, but like from the runners POV.
Those are the only real 2 races that we saw AC up in the front, though. For the most part, it's been IS in the front for the majority of the races. AC keeping it close, like in 2-3 or 2-4, but IS got chipped in the races that they didn't have the Shock completely change the race around. Stubbs is in 4th, not really in a position to do anything so far.
Yeah, they're gonna go around, maybe trying to get some shrooms here to take cut.
Yeah,
I'm gonna assume it. I'm gonna assume he's one of these top 3 spots as shrooms. TC for Stubbs. It's really unfortunate because there's really no IS members around him that he can stop the passes to, so you just have to like run it out and take it. Luke might have been able to pass it to Dino there, but not fast enough. So IS are back here.
Ooh,
early shot coming in. Oh, that's so unfortunate.
And I think we saw KA taking the shroom cut into 1st, so it's going to be, I believe, a top 2 now if nobody spun out in the minimap. Another TC for AC.
Yeah, Phillips probably should have left that star for Stubbs.
Switch over to Mirmag real quick. I think Jesse gets backed by Karalte. So it's only going to be a 3rd place being occupied now for Philip. He's the lone wolf so far. We've seen that in several races where Philip was the lone wolf for AC. It'll be interesting to see if Karalte will be able to avoid this red. It's going to be coming eventually.
Yeah. K or Karalte might have shrooms up there.
Philip opted not to throw it in the end.
Yeah, Karalte had a shroom, so I probably would have used it there.
Mega. Yeah, if he forced Karalte out of the Mega before the cut, then Karalte wouldn't have been able to take the cut in general, so.
Oh, yeah. Top 4 actually for IS. This is going to be a pretty big race for them unless AC can like get a shock at the very end.
Shock coming in yet.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be one. So
incoming top 4. I believe this is going to seal the deal here for Insane. Insane took a little bit long to drive the nail in the coffin there, but they finally got that top 4 that they were desperately looking for all war.
Yeah, their early lot 2 shock call ended up working out pretty well for them. Yeah. Revise was just gone in 1st. I think he chained a star to like triple streams or something, so he was gone. They had like a mega in 2nd, and then Mirror did a good job holding down 4th, just keeping the AC members away with like triple greens or reds. Pretty unfortunate though. Stubbs getting like 3 TCs that race.
No dice for AC, yeah. They were well, Philip was able to take the cut and contest the top spots there, but I don't think any of AC were able to take the cut behind them, and of course TCs were one of the main talking points of that particular race.
So, and like just basically a medley of luck tracks coming out from AC. IS off for BCW and they get the track pick, so this is a really favorable track for them. Basically the best top 4 track you can have if you're IS. So I'm gonna assume that these IS members are gonna back immediately, just trying to get their top 4 a breakaway at the beginning. It looks like one of the members, yeah, I think Mary Meg didn't get a good start. Passes a TC immediately to Stubbs though. It's gonna fails to pass. I'm surprised he missed out on that. That was a lot of IS members around him, but unable to pass it. Switching over to Mirrormeg. We see Mirrormeg with a star here in 5th. A really good pull for him.
I would just hold this now because you have this in 5th. You could maybe get it bombed out of you eventually, though. But, I mean, trust Dino. Trust him making the backward strat here. A back spam coming out from Philip onto KA there to try to break up the top spots a little bit. Still a top 2 for IS here. And, yeah, I was going to say, even if Dino doesn't pull the shock here, it's going to be a fairly easy prediction to make here for Mirrormeg. Assuming that you don't use a lap 2 shock. If they use a lap 2 shock, then that's a completely different story.
Yeah, we'll have to see who's in 10th here. Sprixie is in 10, so possibly an AC shock coming in. You're gonna want to use it soon because Revise can just Revise it Peralta can easily break up. Stubbs. We see Stubbs with a Mega though, so we could definitely be seeing a shock come in soon.
Yeah, Meg was steadfast to keep that star. We have seen him chain a lot of dodges early in the war, but now I think he's changed up his mindset a little bit.
Someone was using the bill. I think it was Jzck in the bill. When I see a shot coming in now.
Meg was forced out of his star there due to a bomb.
Yeah, everyone used their dodges, so I'm just gonna assume that no one has shock currently. Because AC were in a Mega and a bill, and there's just no shock. So Revise is like gone in 1st right now. I don't think they're gonna be able to catch him. Like if you're AC and you were shock, I would just go for 2nd.
And this is where you'd like to have a consistent glitch taker here, but I don't think Philip is very consistent at it, so we're just gonna see him go wide here. And it's gonna be a top 2 break for Insane here. I don't see any way back here unless there's a shock. But I mean if they pulled shock, they would have used him much earlier.
Revise is gone. Mirrormeg isn't a Mega right now. Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that no one has shock right now.
Oh, yeah, that red almost connects on Stubbs. Meg overtook with the shroom there, actually.
Yeah, looks like a top 2-4.
Yeah. It was close. I can't tell who got 3rd there. Oh yeah, we see both POVs. Yeah, so Stubbs got a 3rd there because yeah, he got 235, 342, and then Mirrormeg got 426 for the last 3 digits there. So Stubbs did keep 3rd in the end there. I completely forgot that we had both POVs just right there. You could see the time. If we're looking at mathematics here, yeah, it's still possible for AC to come back. There are 3 races to go. They're down now by a whopping 97. So I think your prediction is starting to come to fruition, Jack.
Yeah, what did I say, like 110? So
you said 110, yes. I said 60.
13 more. 13. Yeah, you had more faith in them than I did.
Yeah.
And it looked like your prediction was going to be right at the beginning. They were keeping it close, but these last like 3 races, they've just gotten like 3 back-to-back huge races.
Shall we bet on the live odds, the live cover? Is AC going to be able to cover the over under 110? I'm going to say over 110 live odds.
I don't think it'll be over. Depends what this track is actually. If it's MC3, I would go under.
Depends on the track, yeah.
See, I wanted them to pick Stadium because Revise is so good at that track and he's in 1st, but we'd be coming out, so still a run heavy track for IS. AC got to try their best to get up there again. I actually don't think it's possible for the. Wait, is this race? Wait, this is race 10. Okay, I'm trolling. Okay, there's 3 races left, so basically have to get like a top 3. I mean, a top 4 and like 2 top 5s.
He made it to the car there. I think we saw Kiralte getting bumped to the car. We saw KA getting redded, but then one of AC got bumped to the car there, and IS got the better of that exchange as we saw one of them goldening up. Top 2 there.
I feel so bad for Stubbs. Like, this is something to note. Like, Mirrormeg's been chaining like so many boxes in like 4 or 5, and I've seen him pull me like 1 TC. And that's like Stubbs' 5th TC. So AC definitely getting pretty unlucky with TCs. Looks like an early top 2-4 coming in for IS, with Jesse being the lone wolf up there for AC.
Yeah, both baggers got to the boxes a little bit slowly. Usually both baggers get at around like 32, 35
Why?
seconds.
Okay, he's running into every car, trying to get a dodge, I guess. We see Stubbs holding the bill in 7th, so this is good information for Sprixie. He can be able to hit as many boxes as he wants.
I think Sprixie may have it in... No, he's chaining boxes, I think, in 9th.
Yeah, they are desperate at this point, trying to get shot, because we see 5, 6, 7 for AC, and Jesse's probably around there too. So
Stubbs using them pretty early.
there's another TC for AC. Like, it's so unfortunate actually for them. I think IS are like top 2-4 right now. Revise is gone, and oh my god, this is ridiculous actually.
I was gonna say, did not account for the lag shield there. He got bumped, but then after getting hit by the car, another TC for AC. That's gonna be let's keep track after this war.
It's like his 3rd, and Shock coming in for IS, and another
Mary
mega.
Meg.
Like,
Mary Meg fam.
it's kind of ridiculous. Oh my, it's like 4 TCs for AC that race. Like, this guy, put this man on condies, please. Sorry, like this man like hit the truck like 4 times and still got a good race.
Yep. So,
But anyway,
Insane with the Insane making the lemonade stand, because they're taking all the lemons they're getting, they're making lemonade out of it. They're charging 25 cents per cup. They're getting the cheese as well. They're making a cheese stand. They're getting all the cheese races.
yeah, Revise 57, so looking like our Revise MVP coming in pretty nicely as well. So they're up 120, so you're over 110 is looking pretty good.
Like, there's at this point, like, there's no sugarcoating it. I mean, Insane have been doing a good job of running and getting the shocks, securing the shocks when needed, but this match could be a lot closer, honestly, if AC weren't so unlucky.
Yeah, like they're chaining boxes in like 4, 5, 6, 7 and pulling TCs. They pull like 4 TCs that race, not a single blue, which is like it's just hard to watch that happen. Like that race was rough. Like yeah, that's definitely not a satisfying race to watch.
Now. Wow, this is a 120 point deficit now for AC. So there's no possible way back unless there's a myriad of troll penalties that we don't know about.
Yeah, Revise is definitely on like. Well, he got 43 for his GP, 57 that GP. This is 100.
You do see Grumble Volcano being picked from one of the lone AC people. Yeah, honestly, it's just a mix. It's a mix of track picks at this point. I think AC are kind of like, all right, just pick whatever you want at this point. We're playing for pride now.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like a bunch of different tracks coming in.
AC, I think, have had, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like 7, 8, 9, 10 TCs so far. I don't really know the exact amount, but quite a bit of TCs. Quite a few megas coming out from Miri Meg so far. So
yeah,
the deficit.
Miri Meg's gotten like a dodge, like I'm pretty sure every race, I feel like. So, like AC, like, I mean, Revise and K have done a good job staying in the front, but like AC probably pulled like 2 blues this whole war when they're making up most of those middle spots.
Revise trying to get a side snipe onto Stubbs there. It doesn't connect there, but it was a good attempt considering that. Well, Philip actually is behind Revise, so we may see Revise. No, I think he has protection now that he was able to get a couple boxes, but still top 2, 4, 5. Revise getting back spam there, so it's gonna be a top 4 for AC here.
Miri Meg is 4th, but top 3.
Oh yeah, top 3, top 3.
Hopefully they can hold on to this. Dino does not have shock because he's just a star. Sprixie is in 9th though, so it's maybe another race where we see AC just run the whole race and then Dino get a shock dodge at the very end and just dodge up all the.
I like the bomb attempt. Mary Meg trying to throw the bomb onto the other side of over the wall onto the other side of the track. Looks like another back spam coming out under Revise there. I wish we could have seen more of it when AC were in the top spots trying to get some back spams off onto Insane. We'll see though what happens later on. I don't think IS have the shock, considering that they probably would have used it very early on if they had it. TC for Mary Meg here in 5th.
Justice. Anyway, yeah, it looks like a really good race for AC. Oh my god.
Top line, no, still top 3.
Still top 3. Top 3, like, top 3 6 or top 3 5. So good race for AC, just running that whole race.
Stubbs is rattled. Stubbs is rattled. That's all I can say.
Yeah, Stubbs had a really good GP1. Like he was up there, ran pretty well, made some good plays, but since then he's kind of fallen off, getting pretty unlucky too with a lot of TC pulls. So it's probably gonna be around a plus like 21, plus 23 race for AC. So gonna make the deficit right around 100.
That's what we like to
Not
see.
mistaken.
That's what we like to see.
Yeah, what is that? I think it's plus 23 or plus 25, one of those two. Yeah, okay,
Alright.
plus 23. So deficit's gonna be dropped down to 96. No, 97.
90.
My bad. Yeah, 97.
I thought you said you took the SAT in math. You were ready for this.
My brain's dead right now.
I took the SAT. You said you took the SAT this morning. That honestly understandable. If you take the SAT, your brain's gonna be turned to mush right after.
Bro, it kind of popped off though, not gonna lie. Math felt easy. But I'm trying to remember math and I'm doing okay. I don't know what I just said. Anyway, we're going into last race. GV coming on from IS. AC, I don't know what they're opting for. Looks like DK Mountain, Rainbow Road, MC3. Like, you know, IS is opting for MC3. Update on some other rounds. MN Manganese did beat Team Shark by 60 points.
Ooh, okay, all right. Every now and again we see Manganese kind of drop these performances. I think they did have stream nerfs too. Like the 2 times that they got casted so far, one against Infinite in the spring split and one against Shot Clock Cheese this split, they dropped some heavy points, but I think it's just stream nerfs. So it's good to see Manganese showing out today against Shark and moving on to the next round.
Yeah, LT with 135, so definitely a really good performance from him. But anyway, going back to the race.
Merrimack with another Mega Classic.
Yeah, another Mega. I mean, not the best item for this track.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Megas are not the best.
You probably want triple shrooms, but you see 2 IS members both taking rocks, so I think they both, yeah, one fails, one makes it. Let's see. Another TC for Stubbs since like 7th. That's really unfortunate.
Could pass the top of Gauntlet, though.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh,
Nope.
No.
Oh, there's the USA to Germany lag playing a factor there.
Yeah, never gonna benefit the United States there.
You just gotta you just go to the right there and then just cut inside of Karalte there. Just hit the front of his vehicle.
Yeah, he was trying to hit him too directly. Isn't gonna work.
Shock coming in.
Yeah, I think they TS Jesse or something on cut.
Yeah.
And another nice Mega Dodge for Miriam Meg. Hey, he's gone in first.
Coming up in a goal. Maybe could break second. No, he's still in third.
And he's gonna get redded immediately, looks like.
Nope.
Wait, never mind. Okay, able to break it, so...
Oh, to be able to avoid those reds.
Will Miriam Meg pull the shroom in second?
No.
Doesn't even go for it. Doesn't go for it. Stubbs does pull the shroom in third.
There we go. Stubbs may be able to get second here. Definitely not going to overtake K, though.
Yeah, K is gone.
Maybe see Merrimack try to go for a snipe here? No, he's a little too far away.
Yeah, too far away. Yeah. Oh, there. Okay, he gets for the win TC. Yeah, looks like a 134, if I'm not mistaken, for IS. So, I think that's gonna be around plus 11 for IS. Looking at the spots, either plus 11, plus 9, plus 13, around there. So,
yeah,
gonna be around 110. So.
Yeah, and I'm trying to see who made the backward shot early on. I don't know if it was Dino had to have gotten the shock there. I mean, there's no way he can get that many niners. I think he's only had maybe 1 or 2 niners.
Yeah, he's been in 10th most of the races.
Yeah. So credit to Dino there. A little unlucky for Sprixie that he wasn't able to pull shocks in the races he was winning out in the bagging battle. But yeah, the bagging battle still favored Dino in the end. He did a fairly good job of making sure that he was in 10th for the majority of those races, getting the shocks for IS when they needed it, because we saw AC in a few races in top spots, but then the shocks just completely changed the races around, notably in Sherbetland and BC3.
In Gardens, just the shocks were just so huge for IS.
Yeah, the shock in Gardens, it was a lap 2 shock, dodging 2 people from IS, and they were just able to run away. The shocks definitely were the biggest factor of that war, as well as a little bit of a conditional item luck there coming in from Mary Mag.
Yeah, I mean,
sees for Stubbs.
I mean, from what we saw, it was pretty unlucky for Stubbs and lucky for Mirabeg. Like, I'm sure like other players from AC got good luck and IS players got bad luck. You know, it's just Mario Kart. But from what we saw, it looked pretty unlucky for AC.
Well, IS definitely did what they could with the items. They sometimes when you get the right items, you don't really make the best decisions. Like if you pull a schlagging item like a Mega, you try to schlag the middle of the pack and then you waste your dodge. We saw Mirmeg using dodges early in the race to try to get back up to the front, but then later on he decided to hold some of his dodges, considering that Dino was getting the lion's share of the shocks. So Mirmeg was able to dodge up a couple times later on in the races. And overall, decent performance from IS. I don't think the scoreline does it justice, though. I think AC did a decent job in keeping it relatively close in the running department. But yeah, still, I think IS in the end were the deserved winners. And yeah, thank you guys so much for coming along. That was the first match of the playoffs that we casted, round 2 of the Gauntlet. I don't think we have any updates on any other cast going forward, but yeah, that'll be it for us. On behalf of Mario Kart Boards, I'm Jaggy.
I'm Jzck.
We'll see you guys next time.